you also have powers. So everybody, each and every one of us have this, like you were saying, endless possibilities and capacities. Is how do you tap into those capacities? What do you do? What do you create so that you can tap into those capacities? And this is where you have people like me. So people who have coaches. Let me give you an example. You will not see, or you will not, you will not see an athlete without a coach. Why? Does that mean that they don't have a gift? Yes, they have a gift. But why do they have a coach? Why do they have somebody who is helping them? Because you need that push. Because when you want to give up, or when you're thinking, no, 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 this is not for me, that person is there to tell you that not only this is for you, but also you can create so much more that you haven't even begun to open the realm of creativity that you have, exactly like what you were saying before. And I think this is something that maybe in the Occidental world is been known for a long time. You will find that people have coaches, they have mentors, they have support people to support them into achieving those things. And often what happens is that in our community, we do not have those people, but we have aunts, we have uncle, we have big brothers, big sisters. And if we have been able to, for example, create a change, let's say I create a change in my family and my firstborn then understand what I teach him. What it does is that it creates a kind of like an anchor to what it is that I've said, what it is that I've taught him. And then it teaches this anchor to another. And you see how generation and generation and generation will be able to get this wealth of information, but this wealth of capacities. So what do we do? In general, this is why it makes me laugh, and this is why I say I love the fact that people are driven academically, but I want people to have more of the ideas that not only you need that, but you also need the support of the mind. So, for example, there is really little parents that I know that haven't got tutors for their children. They've got tutors for math, they've got tutors for English or for another kind. They've got tutors for piano playing. Can you imagine? They've got tutors for music, but you have no tutors for your mindset. You have no tutor to support you and to actually push you into going on the right path. You don't have that tutor that is going to be there to guide you. So, for example, a mindset coach or someone that comes and give you a support like that, they don't tell you what to do. They use what you have. They use your capacities and they show you that with that, you can do even more than what you're doing. You can multiply by 10, by 100, what it is that you will achieve. And I think this is where maybe sometimes the difference is in terms of like how, from what I've seen, if I can say it like that, even in Europe. So basically, I live in London, and most of the school, they're like, a mainstream school, they call. But once you get to secondary school, you will find that there's a divide. So you have some young people maybe who do better, and they go into academics that are more, uh, I don't want to say special, but they have more different ways of teaching that helps those young people to go into a certain level of the society. So, for example, grammar school. and you'll find that a lot of parents want their children to go into grammar school. But let's be real here. Not all the children can go into grammar school. And even the children that go into grammar school, for example, they're not going to necessarily become the next doctor or the next politician or the next, they're maybe not going to become all of that. So what do you do in that respect? What do you do after you've poured everything, all your money into the tutoring, all your money into going here and taking your child here, taking your child there, and you've not achieved that? What happens? You are deceived. And when you're deceived, instead of saying, oh, well, maybe that was not for my son, or maybe let's find out what is it for you. I don't want to blame people, but in general, people go, oh, you didn't try. And it becomes the child's fault. So again, we come back on the children. So we come back on the children with a lot of things. And I think if we can start on another side and we can teach other methods, not only the academic, but the academic and the holistic together, I think we can support our children to go even further. And then they become the society that we want, that is creating the change. And you can see it happening already because, for example, years ago, you wouldn't find young people going to the Bahamas or making videos and being influencers. And everybody now has the capacity to get on a plane and go to I don't know if it's the Bahamas, but go to a nice exotic place, and take some pictures and be in a nice hotel. It's reachable. If you look at in the 80s, that was an elite of people who used to be able to do that. And that elite of people were people who had this kind of setup in their life. So where they were pushed to go and achieve it. They were pushed to go and try things. And if you didn't have money, you wouldn't be able to get into this kind of settings, basically.
Things are changing. Even the world we live in too is changing.
Yeah.
I talk to young Africans continuously, both at home and abroad. But even there too, a lot of things are changing. Mindset is changing. And we have no alternative. We must develop this mindset because it looks very small, the thing on our head, the thing on top of us. But this is actually what controls everything. So we're going to have to look for a way to condition it for what we want. Otherwise, we're going to run around this world just try to fulfill somebody's ambitions, whereas we are supposed to fulfill our own ambition and become significant in this world. All right. Thank you so much for the sharing, dear patient. Now, how can people connect with you? I want you to use this moment to advertise yourself shortly.
Okay. Well, they can connect with me by going on OtentikCare.co.uk. So that's www.otentik is OtentikCare.co.uk, where they will find all the work that I do with women. And to be honest with you, this is the right time to get in touch with me because I've got a program starting soon where I'm taking women on 90 days journey where I'm going to support them into achieving all the things we talked about just now. And then I've got, obviously, because I do a lot of EFT, which is the modality that I spoke about to release your anxiety, stress, worries, fear. I'm doing a lot of workshops. So if you just get onto the events page, you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing there. And in terms of the young people, I've got some courses for young people, and I also work with projects. So I've got projects that I go and work with. I also have a really nice colleague that we created a site as well where we kind of teach professionals to support young people. So how to change their mindset, how to maybe not change, but help them in their evolution into being better for what it is they want to achieve. And then, to be honest, I do coaching. So, if you are a woman, if you are a parent, if you are a man as well, actually, I coach everyone. Although I don't really advertise it, there's also men that I coach. But yes, you can just get in touch with me and we'll get from there. Have a conversation and really see where you're at and how I can best support you.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, what will be your final statement here? Maybe there is something else you wanted to say I did not ask you. So go ahead and say that to conclude it.
Wow. I actually thought we spoke a lot. I felt like we spoke a lot. But what I want to say to people is that the fear will always be there. For everything that you want to start and it's your first time, the fear will always be there. I was, the first time I went on an interview, I was shaking. I wasn't confident in myself. I didn't know what to do and everything. But actually, realizing that I passed the first hurdle, I was able to actually be better at it. And I think that there's a few, if you don't mind, Obi, I want to give a few tips to people. Yeah?
Please go ahead. We
Okay.
need it.
Okay. So the first tip I want to say that I've just mentioned is that you need to try. Maybe not try, but actually surpass the fear. There's nothing wrong that is going to happen to you. If anything, it will be only positive things happening. So go for that. Then I want to tell people to do an assessment. Do a quick assessment. You take a simple piece of paper and you write onto this piece of paper what it is that I'm doing right now, where am I right now, what do I like about myself, how am I going forward, and everything. And then I want you to put a cross next to the things that you want to do more of, or you want to bring more or manifest more into your life. And then I want you to put them in each category of your life. So your career, your personal relationships, finances, every other things that you can think of, your education, your your health life, anything like that. You put it in category. And after that, I want you to think in the next 6 months, where do I want to go or what do I want to achieve? And create it in a way that you are actually being intentional about what you're doing. So from the things that you are right now, the thing that you enjoy the most and where you want to go, there's a gap. And every day you're going to take a step towards that vision. Okay. But you start with what you have, the capacity you have right now and what you can do and how you can put it forward. That's another thing. And then the third thing I want you to do is I want you to take another piece of paper and write who is around you. I want you to write who is around you in your family, who is around you in your career, in your friendships, people that you network with. And I want you to link that piece of paper to the other piece of paper and to see if those people that are there, they actually match your vision. And if they don't match your vision, I want you to do the last thing, which I will call declutter, which means that I want you to let go of these people and actually this will bring more of the people that are in line with your vision into your life. So those are my 4 tips that I'm leaving you with.
And those are very valuable. They are very valuable questions. I really do see it like that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the time and appreciate the sharing. These are valuable information.
I
Thank you.
appreciate being here as well with you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. I appreciate that.